Hell no.
That's what Zach did.
Yeah, I know. Zach is a nice guy. If you need anything from Zach, ask Zach. He'll give it to you.
Not you.
Yeah, not me.
How much? I don't know. I mean, you've been through so many of these. Is there jitters going into a first preseason contest with a new group?
I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, for everybody, it could be different. I know for me, just still, you know, playing the game that I love. Having the opportunity to still go out there and play. It's always exciting. It's like the older you get, the more you understand you can't take these moments for granted. You always want to be in these situations and be able to play, be able to still play at a high level. So, I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't necessarily say jitters, just more so, just excited just to get back out there.
What are you most curious to see from this group in that first opponent, against the first opponent?
Just what we've been doing all week. It's going to be mistakes here. It's going to be, mishaps here. Just learning each other in real life situations. You kind of get tired of beating up on each other throughout a week of training camp. So just to get out there, play against somebody else, be in front of the fans, kind of feel the atmosphere. Looking forward to that. I think that's something we definitely need.
Doug said yesterday the energy was a little down. Do you guys feel like you bounced back today?
Yeah, we bounced back. We bounced back. No excuses. Just in a sense, just human nature in a sense. We got after it, a week straight, and sometimes coming off that day off, kind of be a little sluggish here and there, but we bounced back.
DeMar, we've heard about changes in the offense, little wrinkles, moving Domas around. What does that look and feel like to you guys compared to last year?
I mean, just give him more of options to be the dynamic player that he is, to help us out, to, help us be more of a team that move the ball. We got one of the best passing bigs in the league. And put him all over the floor, give us opportunities to find different angles to score, to get other guys involved. So, it's been great. Like I said, it's going to be fun tomorrow. See how we mess around with it in game.
Are you seeing any differences in terms of floor spacing and that kind of thing?
I mean, most definitely, especially with Dennis. When you got a point guard like Dennis, his capability of getting downhill, his passing, his finishing, his creativity, it's amazing. So it makes it a lot easier for us, when he at that point guard position.
Do you like that it's against the Raptors, an organization you have so much history with?
I mean, yeah, that's home, man. That's where my whole career started. That's where I became the player I am today. So the Raptor organization definitely always going to hold a special place, regardless. Now, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, it's nothing that could ever replace that feeling that I had, my 9 years there. So it's always cool to see familiar faces that's still there and, going against them.
Did that moment last year change anything in your mind about what that organization is and what you mean to them, having, Drake and having kind of piping off the way you did?
Nah, I don't care. What I did there, I put my life on the line. Every single moment that I stepped on that court, nothing and nobody can ever take that away. I don't get caught up in the shenanigans of, all the bull crap that come with it. At the end of the day, I hoop, I go out there. Every true fan and every person who know me there know, I represent that place more than anybody who ever came through there.
What do you think of your name coming up in the league track that came out a little while back?
Oh, I knew about it a year ago, so it ain't nothing new. It's new to everybody, but I already knew.
When you look at the Raptors, that team is long, it's athletic. Is that something you guys need to face here early in camp?
Yeah. They've always been one of those dynamic teams that had a lot of wings, especially when Nick Nurse took over with the size that they had, and it's going to be fun. They got some great talent, to see B.I. back out there playing for them. Got RJ, you got Scotty, it's a lot of length out there that you gotta be ready for. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
Hey, DeMar, side question. You have had some international experience playing overseas, even watching games. What is it like, going to different countries playing basketball?
Oh, man, it's amazing because, we get so used to, our region, playing in all the arenas across the league. It's always good to just see a different atmosphere, a different feeling, pulling up to an arena and pulling up to a hotel, different city, a different country. It gives you a different type of feeling, to see how much basketball is really global. So it's always fun. Every experience that I had playing in another country has been exciting. I always try to look forward and hope, I'm on a team that get a chance to, travel because it's amazing to be able to have that experience.
Do American players have like a connection with the foreigners, the international community?
Oh yeah, for sure. A lot of guys do. You know, a lot of guys, depending on what shoe brand you with, could take trips over to China, have a fan base in China. So you know, it always varies if you've been there before. So to even see you being recognized over there, people in other countries wearing your jersey and everything is definitely cool.
DeMar, DeMar, free throws have been a big point of emphasis that Coach Christie's talked about. Every time we see you doing the team free throw drill, you're tossing the ball to your teammates. Was that your decision, and what's the significance?
Yeah, just my decision. Just, you know, being there for my teammates, letting them get in their rhythm, cheering them on, wanting them to make the shots. You know, so that's all it is. Nothing.
Second time in the team this year.
No, you good. No, you good.
Any more than that?
No.
Okay, no, that's tough. How do you feel about 4 preseason games? How do you use the games to kind of tune up for the season, and how do you feel about the number 4 this year?
I mean, I remember when it was 8. I played when we played 8, and sometimes 9, depending on if you do an inter squad scrimmage. You know, I think for me, you know, 4 is great. You know, you take advantage of those 4. You still got time in between to clean up whatever it is you need to clean up offensively and defensively. So there's more than enough time to do what you need to do.
What do you think of the guard depth that this team has, specifically defensively? And you're obviously going against a lot of those guys every day.
I mean, it's great. I mean, the competitive, the level that these guys compete at the position is definitely tough. You know, it's like next man up. Everybody fighting for a victory some way, whether if it's personal or team-wise. So to have that, you know, out here every single day, can't do nothing but make the next person better.
Thanks, D-Ball.
Thanks a lot.